Whatever product that you're planning on selling, just make sure that when you're doing market research, that product is showing up and that customers are actually purchasing it to save yourself a lot of time, because we did a lot of attempting to sell different products in places where that customer base just did not buy that product, period.
They didn't care about our products. The first thing I think we should do is kind of cover our bases. And so we should talk about our 5-step test, which used to be the thing that we talked about every second on this channel. We've gotten away from it a little bit, but it doesn't mean that it's not still as powerful as when we first came up with it. So we've revamped it a little bit for 2020, but the basic core concepts are still there. So Stephen, if you could screen share, and then we could both break down the 5-step test.
These rules are not law. They're just to help you qualify and validate what you should be going after to help you guys increase your sales and limit the amount of time spent on just wasted time, energy, and effort. In the beginning, I guess let me go back to my face before I really dive into this. How this came about was me and Nathaniel in the beginning just were testing the market for 8 months, 12-hour days, back to back to back, just trying to figure out what worked on different platforms. We found that there were a set of validation steps that we could use to help us in our business. And now we kind of put them together, refine them a little bit to help you guys spend less time learning and figure out what to look for, and help you guys increase your sales and sell more with less energy and effort.
Yeah, I think you said it, but I want to say it again, that this is for the organic search way of doing print on demand. So let's go ahead and jump into this first rule, which is we want to make sure that whatever we're typing into Amazon actually autofills. And that means going to Amazon, typing in their search bar, and making sure that it auto completes whatever we are typing in, because that represents that customers are actually going there.
Yeah, there's many tools. There's many people that say, oh, I know exactly how much volume is here. The truth is Amazon hides that information. They're never really going to let you know. There are some tools that do some in-house operations and equations to figure out like good guesses, but it's truly not 100%. We like to just go to Amazon and see what Amazon is saying. Is Amazon auto-completing this? That it's at least a good sign that other customers are searching that same thing.
Yes. So the second rule that we have for our 5-step test is that they have similar product types. So similar product types and similar competition that we're going against.
Yeah, and it's not just t-shirts. Whatever product that you're planning on selling, just make sure that when you're doing market research, that product is showing up and that customers are actually purchasing it to save yourself a lot of time, because we did a lot of attempting to sell different products in places where that customer base just did not buy that product, period.
They didn't care about our products. But the third rule that we have is that we want to see fewer results. We've changed this rule up quite a bit over the years, but fewer results is what we're sticking with now, because that means that there's less competition there.
Yeah, we used to put numbers in there. It used to be a lot easier because Amazon would give you the actual results for that search term. Now they don't really do that. A lot of other platforms also are hiding the amount of results. So we've tested out different numbers. We found that it's very hard to set a number here because people kind of get stuck on that number and don't start testing the market. And the true test is for you to actually put something in the market and see if it works for you. We've tried different niches and talked to other people about different niches. We've had no success where other people have a lot of success. We've also found a lot of success in places that other people haven't found success. It just kind of depends on your art style, your understanding, your ability to put it into the market, and the customers relating to that and actually purchasing it. But fewer results regardless of the number. And when we do a little over the shoulder, I'll show you some tricks to kind of see the number, but there's no guarantee. Just know that less results is less competition.
Yeah, and a lot of this changing of our 5-step test has to do with us keeping up with Amazon. The way they handle data is much different than 3 years ago, the way that they were handling data back then. So again, just trying to keep it relevant here in the new year. But the fourth rule that we have is we want you guys to look at BSRs, because those will represent the sales that are happening on the page. And that's very important when deciding where and what to put a listing.
Yeah, this is something else we used to have numbers on, but really just, are there BSRs on the first page that just represent sales? If you're going somewhere and there's sales, you have a higher chance of actually selling something. Also, you just want to, like Nathaniel touched on the Goldilocks zone, you want to stay within a certain range. Otherwise, you're going to go too far down where there are possibly some sales, but not enough to justify you putting your time, energy, and effort to make that product to try to target those customers.
Yes, and then the last step that we have, step 5, is that we want less than 1 million BSR, and that's that best sellers rank. We're going to show you a tool even to look at that for free, but that represents that our monthly sales happening there, and that's just due to the type of products that we're selling. A monthly sale is usually pretty good.
Yeah, I think you wrapped that up nicely. It is just, we want to see, and again, this is mostly focused for Amazon, but we want to see that there's some products with less than 1 million BSR, because those normally mean that they're selling multiple times a month. Not always a guarantee, but it's just a guideline to look at. If we are going to put our time, energy, and effort into something, we'd like it to sell more than just once a month. Your business could be different. That's what we try to look for when we put the time in to start testing our products.
Now, our full disclaimer, if you want to go back to my face real quick so I can talk about this, is that there's a lot of nuance inside of this business as well. So like we said, we used to try to give exact numbers and exactly what you're looking for, even the way like titles are written and everything. But what we've learned over the years is that what works for us in our business is different for other people, like Stephen hinted to and said directly. So know that this is our 5-step test, but as again Stephen said, these are not rules that you have to follow. They're not written in stone, but it's just our suggestion for doing this thing for almost 4 years now, of what we found accurate and that can help us speed up our time.